I am sorry, my network got lost. So, are you there? Okay. Nowadays, there is no meaning of coming of this university. I am using my mobile's net to run this class. Okay, so let's start. Today we shall quickly complete this electrostatic chapter. So let us first see few things on capacitor. Few things on capacitor. So can anybody tell me what is the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor? It's a well-known formula. You know, you should know this. Do you know? Can anyone tell me what is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor?
Sir, C1 plus C2,
No.
like
Parallel plate
resistance.
capacitor, if the dielectric medium is epsilon, the distance is d and cross sectional area is a, and then if the cross sectional area of the plate is a, then what will be the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor? Can anybody tell me? This is d. You should know this formula. Anybody? So the formula is epsilon a by d. I am very disappointed. You should answer this. Epsilon a by d, and you know epsilon has got two parts, epsilon naught, epsilon r. And one is absolute permittivity, another one relative permittivity, epsilon naught, epsilon r, a by d. So this is the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. Okay. Now can you tell me what is the energy stored inside the capacitor? It is also a very well known formula. Energy stored in capacitor. Can you tell me? Anybody? It is also very well known formula. Are you there? Am I audible? So please tell
Yes,
me,
sir.
you should know this energy stored inside a capacitor. You should tell me energy stored inside a capacitor. What will be the formula? No one knows. It's very pathetic for you. So it's half CV square. Half CV square, where C is the capacitance and V is the voltage. C is the capacitance and V is the voltage. Okay. V is the voltage. So how these two relations have come, I am not wasting time on that because they are very well known expression. You can get anywhere. Perhaps you, if you go back to your books, you can find it out. So I am going to derive something new that you see that's W, that is the energy stored, that will be is equal to half CV square. So half CV square, right? W. Energy stored, it's W. So now you substitute C is equal to epsilon naught, epsilon R, A by D. You have substituted you have substituted C and then you have V square. Okay. So epsilon r you take outside. You see, you do some little mathematical calculation or mathematical simplification. You write V by D whole square, then you write A into D. Then you write A into D. Okay, it's V by D whole square and A into D. Now V by D whole square, this will become E. This will become E. E for electric field intensity. E square. This is remains as it is, half epsilon naught epsilon r. This remains as it is. And what is this? A into D. Can anybody tell me what is A into D? It is the area and into separation between two electrodes. So can anyone tell me what should be A into D? It should be volume. Area into distance, it should be volume. So what we have derived here, that energy stored per unit volume. Energy stored per unit volume, it can be written as half epsilon E square. Half epsilon E square. So this is called, can anybody tell me what is this called? Energy stored per unit volume. What is this term called? Can anyone tell me? It's called energy density. It's called energy density. So this is the first formula. Energy density in electrostatic field is given by half epsilon E square. Energy density in electrostatic field is given by half epsilon E square. So any question? Energy density in electrostatic field is given by half epsilon into E square. Any question? And it is defined by energy per unit volume. It is defined by energy per unit volume. It is defined by energy per unit volume. Okay, so this is the definition. So if there is no question, I believe, so I can go to the next topic. So now you see what I have derived till now, or what we have seen. What we have seen till now, that we have seen that D is equal to, that is electric flux density, it's is equal to epsilon into E. This is the first equation we have seen. That is the relation between electric flux density and electric field intensity. This is equation number 1 we have seen. Second equation we have seen yesterday, or means the previous class, the relation between electric field intensity and potential. It is the negative of negative gradient of potential function. Okay, so we have seen this relation also. This is equation number 2. Second relation we have seen. Electric field intensity is the negative gradient of potential function. Thirdly, we have seen that divergence law, that is the uh, differential form of divergence law, del dot D, that is equals to rho v. So we have seen all these three. Okay, we have seen all these three. So now from 3, if we substitute, if we substitute del dot, what is D? So D is equal to, epsilon E. So if you substitute epsilon E over here, so that must be equal to rho v. Again from equation 2, so if you substitute del dot epsilon, then E is again minus of del dot V. Del dot V. Okay, so that is equals to rho V. So if you substitute this, then this equation will become, you take epsilon outside. If you take this epsilon outside, then epsilon outside, then it will be del square V, del square V, that will be is equal to minus of rho V, minus of rho V, or simply you can write in a more compact form, del square V, that will be is equal to minus rho V by epsilon. So this is a very important equation. This is a very important equation, right? And this equation is called Poisson's equation. This equation is called Poisson's equation. Okay. This is called Poisson's equation. It is called Poisson's equation. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is called Poisson's equation. So very important relation. It's basically the Laplacian of the potential function. It is the Laplacian of potential function. So del square, it's called Laplacian. So Laplacian of potential function can be written by, can be equated to minus rho v by epsilon. What is rho v? Rho v, volume charge density by epsilon. Now volume charge density, this rho v term, if rho v, it's volume charge density. It's called volume, that is charge present per unit volume. Charge present per unit volume. Okay, charge present per unit volume. Now, can you tell me, I am asking you, if a region having no charge, if a region has no charge, that means charge free region. Charge free region. Then if a region has no charge in it, then what will happen to this equation? Can you anybody tell me? If a means if a region has no charge, then what will happen to this equation? Can you tell me? Can anyone tell me, please? If a region, if no charge is having, then it's called charge free region. Then what will happen? Then rho v becomes 0 because there is no charge. So due to this factor, this Poisson's equation will be written or will modify itself as del square v is equal to 0. Will be modified as del square v is equal to 0, and it's called Laplace's equation. It's called Laplace equation. So these two equations are again very crucial. These two equations are important to estimate the field, electric field in a high voltage space. These two equations are important or are applicable in electrostatic field where it is necessary to compute electric field. So if you have any question on this, please raise any point if you think.
স্যার ল্যাপ্লাস ইকুয়েশনটা কি বোঝাচ্ছে, মানে ডেল স্কয়ার ভি ইকুয়াল টু 0 মানে
Del square v, okay, I'll tell you with an example. Suppose this is a conductor, right? Suppose this is a conductor and this is the ground clearance. Right? So the conductor is normally placed at high voltage V. So this is the ground clearance. So this is voltage V and this is voltage 0. So what will be the voltage variation along this curve or along this path, means in this clearing zone? Now it's very important to know, because you see it is voltage V and it is 0. Now the voltage magnitude will decreasing. So the what will be the rate of decrease? It is very important to understand. It is very important to know. You people will not understand this, because in high voltage engineering, in high where it is necessary to compute this. Suppose in this space, suppose you can treat this one as space, and that imaginary this space can be split into these small elements, right? In this way they are split in the small element, they split. Now this is voltage V. Now if this is voltage V, then what will be the voltage of this point? Can you tell me? What will be the voltage of this point? what will be voltage of this point, means what will be the voltage distribution throughout this space. In order to search this answer, you require this equation. I'll tell you, I'll quickly show you how you do that. You simply take in Cartesian form this del square V, it will be 0. It's in Cartesian form. Its expansion will be del square V del x square plus del square V del y square that will be equals to 0. In 2D, I am omitting z dimension because you see this is a plain two-dimensional figure. This is x, let us say this is y. For the time being, for the sake of simplicity, I am omitting the third dimension. Now you can understand that, or you should know this fact that if I have a function like this f x plus a y plus b, then that function can be expanded in this fashion: fxy plus a del x of fxy plus b del y of fxy. Then coming to the higher order term, a square by factorial 2 x square by factorial 2 del square del square by del x square fxy. Similarly, next term will come b square by 2 del square del y square f xy and higher order terms. So I am not going to details anymore. So if you I quickly give you the result. If you substitute, suppose you know the potential of this node. Suppose you know the potential of this node. Okay. So you need to require to find out the potential of these two nodes. Okay, in green. So you know this distance, if this distance is a, and also this is distance a, because every grid is square, is assumed to be square, then this formula can be written as V0, that will be equal to 1/4 V0, that will be equal to 1/4 V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus V4. That means what does it, what is V0 and what is 1, 2, 3, 4? I must tell you that V0 is nothing but the potential of this node, and 1, 2, 3, 4 is the potential of the adjacent 4 nodes. Okay, adjacent 4 nodes. So I have skipped quite a lot step to reach there. So in two-dimensional case, the potential of this entire grid can be found out by this formula. So if it is a three-dimensional case, then this formula can be found out by 1/6, then summation of all 6. Means in two-dimensional case and in three-dimensional case, there will be 6 voltage associated. Okay. 6 adjacent nodes will be associated. So by using this equation, this Laplace's equation, if you break in the Cartesian and cylindrical form, then you can, by solving this equation, you will get this type of solution, and accordingly, if you know these voltages, then you can find out the unknown voltages. Okay, in this way the potential of entire grid, potential of respective grids will be evaluated. Now this I since you have raised this question, I'm at this moment I must make a mention here that in your coming semester you will learn lot of subjects, but uh, this is hardcore, this electrical engineering, broadly classified into major groups, as you know. Can anybody tell me, I want to just discuss from deviating from the subject topic to a little bit. I want to take 2 to 3 minutes time to discuss something interesting with you. If I ask you how do you know electrical engineering, can you broadly classify electrical engineering? Means different areas of electrical engineering. Can anybody tell me your idea? You are only second year student, so I just want to ask you, I want to see what is your idea. Broad sections of electrical engineering. Please, anyone share, please.
If charge
Means,
cannot present, then electric field cannot be stay there.
no, I am not. Please don't answer different thing. I am asking, if you see electrical engineering, okay, then broadly, if you broadly classifies electrical engineering, then what is the what are the different areas? Do you know, anyone can name it? I say for civil engineering. Civil engineering, as per my knowledge, it goes, one is structural engineering, another one it's I think transport engineering. It's different like that. Then in medical science, okay, different uh, domains are, suppose if you are, means brain, it's neurology, a heart, it's cardiology, kidney, it's neurology, it's something like that. So if you look this, you understand my question. If you think this electrical engineering as a subject, can you broadly classify what are the different areas? Please, anyone?
It's a circuit related engineering.
No, circuit has no, nothing. There is nothing called circuit. Okay, anyone wants to try one more? I want to give you one more chance. Any other person? Anyone student?
Sir, is this static electrics or dynamic electrics?
No. Okay, you don't know, so no problem. So you see, the electrical engineering can be broadly classified into three groups. One is power system. One is power system. Another one is control system. Another one is power electronics. Okay, this is broadly classified into these three groups. Power electronics. Now, another group is there which is called measurement, but I am not writing measurement because measurement is a common system. I mean, if you study power system, there must be some measuring devices. Control system, there must be some measuring devices. Power electronics, there must be some control or measuring devices. So I am not including measurement as a means as a specialization or as a broad area of subject. Now, apart from these three, there are another one specialization which is normally not means not told often. It's called high voltage engineering. It's a very important section of electrical engineering, high voltage engineering, and it's normally not taught in your UG course or PG course, whatever it may be. High voltage engineering. So this all these things means solution of Laplace's equation, Poisson's equation. It's under high voltage engineering, and it's hardcore high voltage engineering. It's at altogether totally a different subject. Okay, and if you want to pursue ME in Jadavpur University, means your PG course in Jadavpur University. In Jadavpur University, there is a provision of this specialization, high voltage engineering specialization. Okay, so in the high voltage engineering, there is a lab which is means so its vertical height is close to the it's a 3-story building. Vertical height of that high voltage engineering lab is something near to a 3-story building, even more than that. But if you go outside of that lab, you will not understand that. Means from the outside, you cannot imagine that inside that building there is a such wonderful lab can exist. Okay, so if any one of you, 1 or 2% can pursue your PG in Jadavpur University, there is an option, there is a specialization. It's called high voltage engineering. It's normally not said. Means this is not normally discussed about this high voltage engineering. Okay. So I am coming back to the problem. So coming to your question, del square V is the Laplace equation. If you expand it in the Cartesian form, cylindrical form, spherical form, depending on the applications, it has got a solution equation. And if you solve in computer, there are n number of nodes like this. It's if the solution is, if you can solve this, you will able to find out the voltage across this voltage of different nodes throughout this space. Okay, so are you satisfied with this answer?
Yes, sir. It's fine, sir.
So at the second year stage, I can give you this much only, but you always keep this in mind that if you really want to love this subject, you pursue this subject, please go for get a good marks. Want to pursue high voltage engineering, then Jadavpur University is the safest option for you. Means safest in the in by safest I mean in terms of money, in terms of distance, in terms of everything. NIT Durgapur also high voltage engineering, but their semester fee is too large. NIT Durgapur. Okay. But their semester fees are too large. So in that is
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
uh,
In
that
NIT Durgapur, sir, the fee is very high, sir.
or whatever it may be. So I'll tell you that Jadavpur University is the safest in terms of every aspect: money, distance, hostel facility, everything. Okay, food means everything. You will get everything in around means in the vicinity of Jadavpur area. Okay. So if you wish to have that dream, be pursue that. I have no objection. So now, is there any question? Is there any question? Okay, so next we shall conduct a comparative study or comparative analysis of two system, electrostatic system, electrostatic system electroconductive system, and another system is called electroconductive system. Maybe my handwritings are very bad because I am writing by mouse. Please pardon me for that. Okay. Suppose you have 2 points nodes. Okay, you have 2 nodes here. The potential of the 2 nodes are one is plus V, another one is minus V. Similarly, we have 2 nodes here, same 2 nodes. One you have plus V potential, another one you have minus V potential. Now, in case of electrostatic system, these lines will exist. We call them as electric flux. We call them as electric flux. Okay, we call them as electric flux. Now, electroconductive system, those same lines can exist, but we are call them electric currents. Both are flowing from higher potential to lower potential. Okay, both are flowing from higher potential to lower potential. They are called electric currents. Okay, next, this medium, how do you characterize this medium through which this electric flux is penetrating? Through which this electric flux is penetrating. And similarly, in this medium, the same medium, how do you characterize this medium? Okay. So now in electrostatic system, this medium can be characterized by permittivity. This medium can be characterized by permittivity. Similarly, in electroconductive system, this medium can be characterized by conductivity. Conductivity is determined by sigma. Permittivity is determined, epsilon. Okay, so this medium It's about medium. Then in electrostatic system, that medium can be characterized by permittivity, and that medium can be characterized by conductivity in case of electroconductive system. Okay. Now, if you have flux, okay, if you have flux, then what will be the flux per unit area? It is the flux, it is called flux density. It is called flux. It is called flux density. And if you have current, then this current per unit area, it's called current density. Okay. So these are the comparative studies. Now I want to show you something very interesting. Any question? Now R is equal to, as per Ohm's law, it's called rho L by A. You know it, right?
Yes, sir.
So V is equal to, IR. So now you substitute R is equal to rho L by A into I. Okay. Now what is I by A is equal to current per unit area. I by A, that is equals to current density J into rho into L. Okay, J into rho into L. So from there we can say J is equal to 1 upon rho V by L. Now rho means what? Rho is resistivity. Rho is called resistivity, right? Rho is called resistivity. So what will be the means, what will be the reciprocal of resistivity? What will be the reciprocal of resistivity? It's the
Conductivity.
conductivity. It's sigma into E. Now V by L, E, voltage per unit length, it will be E. So we have started from V is equal to IR, which is Ohm's law, and we have ended in a very interesting relation, is called J is equal to sigma E, and it's called point form of Ohm's law. It's called point form, is another form, means you can represent as Ohm's law. Ohm's law. Okay, so this is the comparative study, electrostatic system and electroconductive system. Okay, I have few more topics in electrostatics chapter. I don't want to cover it right now. If time permits, then I shall give you notes on that. Now I can from next day I'll start taking that means our next chapter. It's called magnetostatics, right? From the next day I'll start taking magnetostatics. Now if anyone having any question, you can ask me.
স্যার আপনি পিডিএফটা সেন্ড করবেন?
What PDF?
আপনি বুঝলেন আগে মানে আগের দিনে পিডিএফটা সেন্ড করবেন ইলেকট্রোস্ট্যাটিক পিডিএফটা।
আমি কি করিনি?
না ম্যাম, না স্যার আপনি করেননি।
ওকে ওকে, ঠিক আছে, আমি দেখছি। ঠিক আছে, till now for today's class is there any question? Okay, so let me stop the recording first. Stop. আচ্ছা, রেকর্ডিং স্টপ হয়ে